Cheers. Good evening. So, I am going to talk about this channel as the topic of this video. Something that's been on my mind for a while and all like that, but this is going to be a bit vloggy at the moment because I didn't make a script. This is just off the cuff. I'm watching the clock. Try not to natter on for too long. Anyway, morning started off. I'll get to a point, I promise. Morning started off. It was a good day. And got up, had my usual breakfast, which is overnight oats. Been on a kick with that stuff for a while. And a Premier protein. Try to get 200 grams of protein per day, which is really hard to do. It's supposed to be 1 gram per pound of body weight. Okay, I don't weigh 200 pounds. I weigh a little bit more. But trying to just hit 200 grams of protein is a challenge. Let me just put it that way. Anyway, so had my breakfast, jumped in the truck, headed to Normie Gym. Plan was to do bench press and pull-ups. So I'm getting out of the truck and I'm getting my stuff arranged. My cell phone has the pass that gets me into the building because at the time of the morning it's like 6 o'clock. The staff's not there yet, so you have to, scan in to get through the doors. And as I'm getting my stuff arranged, I notice, oh shit, I forgot my Apple Watch. I left it on the charger. And then it hit me. I forgot my headphones. And, there's a joke about, in CrossFit gyms that, CrossFit coaches are not DJs. Music choices that they make are interesting. We'll just leave it at that. My Normie Gym is actually worse. The displays for my workstation are behind my camera, so that's why I went dark. Anyway, so besides just working on bench press, there was the mental focus to ignore the just horrible commercials that they play at the gym. And sometimes the music's okay, but usually it's not. Anyway, got through that, and then, you'd think, starting the day off with all that stuff. And I was talking to one of my friends who's at the gym, and he's like, oh my God, day's ruined. I'm like, no, it's really not ruined. It's just less ideal, and it's an interesting challenge to work out without headphones on. Because, you can disassociate and just really focus into what you're doing with the right music. It's different music for everybody, but Anyway, so we got through that, and on the whole, the day turned out great. Got a ton of stuff done at work, and that gets into, I'll use that to segue into, what's the point of this channel? Earlier on, I started this as an experiment, and it's continuing. It's taking longer than I thought. And one of the things that, as I've watched things like vidIQ and the various other YouTube channels that are dedicated to teaching people how to build their YouTube channel, they talk a lot about the niches, and, you need to have your audience, and, if you're a gaming channel, you post gaming content, and, so you should stay with that because the algorithm figures out, oh, when you post a video, those people see it. So Mr. Beast posts what he posts, and he's got his audience and various, things. So person I watch quite a bit, Andrew Hiller, or I refer to him as Coach Hiller. He's building his audience, and it's primarily CrossFitters or people in the fitness space. My thing is, I don't want to limit myself. I, sure the hell am not going to do a Mr. Beast style channel. I'm not entertaining. I also don't want, I talk about fitness. I will talk about fitness a lot, but I'm not going to exclusively talk about fitness. And I don't want to split up and have 4 or 5 different channels that are dedicated to different topics. Screw that. I believe the algorithm is actually smart enough. It'll take longer to build my channel using the approach I'm using, because I'm going to talk about fitness. I'm also going to talk about tech. And I call this stuff, a high-tech lifestyle, because to me, fitness is related to technology. If you listen to dudes like Lane Norton, Renaissance Periodization, Dr. Mike Israetel, if you're listening to Andrew Huberman, Dr. Peter Attia, and so on, there's constant research going on, and it's evolving. We're learning new stuff, and you're finding out new things. It's technology. It's no different than software in a lot of ways. It's better than software. But on the software side, my day job is building stuff for my employer. I'm right now in the healthcare space. Most of my career, I've been a consultant. I've worked for Microsoft. I've worked for Hitachi, Fujitsu, Bourne, NCR, and a lot of the time I've also been a freelancer. And, I know myself, English, wow. I know my way around the Microsoft platform. So, a lot of the things that I present will be based on Microsoft technologies. But the thing is, what's really cool going on, that has been going on for a long time with Microsoft, is Microsoft ain't Microsoft anymore. There's Angular, there's React. You find Microsoft stuff on AWS. You find it all over the place, and you find open source Java, Python, all of the things you find inside the Microsoft sphere as well. If you go into Azure, which is where I spend most of my time, all of the open source stuff works there, works very well. Kubernetes, I do Docker containers, all of those type of things. I primarily use Terraform for my infrastructure as code. So all of those things I will be talking about. Right now, God, I've been working on it for too long. I'm putting together a series of videos on Terraform. And, so among the things is, I am a Pluralsight author. I've published 2, but hey, it counts, right? So the problem is, for me, is Pluralsight's kind of gone in a direction that I like the content. The way that they taught me to create stuff, I think is excellent. I think it produces a very good product at the end. And you can see some of the videos I've done on Git on my channel. They do well. It's a good way to present things how they taught me. And so I will be doing things like that. I may modify it, do some talking head like this, and present in the corner, the screen, and zoom in and out as needed to get the point across. But it'll be in the style that I learned from Pluralsight. And, along the way, because I'm not going to limit myself, there will be motorcycle content. There'll be food things and other stuff. Like, for instance, tonight's beverage, was it? Oh, God, I can't remember the name of the movie. Totally gone. But he was constantly drinking White Russians. Somebody in the comments remind me of the thing. So this, though, is, I call it a White Irishman because I'm using Tullamore Dew whiskey. Apparently I've had too much already. And instead of Kahlua, though, I use Mr. Black because Kahlua has a lot of sugar in it. Oh my God, no sugar. I have to turn my AC off in my office, otherwise you'd hear it in the microphone picked it up. So I left it off, and it's Texas, and it's like 5,000 degrees outside. Anyway, ounce of whiskey, I use an ounce of Mr. Black because I really like that coffee taste. And then half an ounce of, I use chocolate liqueur, okay, and half an ounce of Bailey's, or scale up or scale down as you need. And some half and half just to round it out. Anyway, it's a good drink to end the evening on. I don't have this very often, maybe once or twice a month. But so there'll be cooking content, although that wasn't cooking, that was more mixology. And I'm sure anybody who knows anything about actual bartending is probably like throwing stuff at the screen, screaming at me. But hey, I'll take it. If you got a better idea of how to put things together, I'd love to hear it. Anyway, so that's the channel. I've nattered on for 10, 11 minutes. And once again, I'll wish you a good evening. And, what the hell? Let's go for 15 minutes, right? So the big problem I have with the channel is, the thing that I've learned is, if you look at the timeline, it's like I post like sporadic. It's like once in a blue moon. And it's like, that's not how you build a channel, dude. You've got to get consistent. Which is why this piece of junk, I want better quality than what this is going to be. But at the same time, it's vlog. So, it's not going to have the production value of some of the other stuff I'll do. It's not scripted. I'm doing this. Clearly, I meant to cut this off at about 8 minutes. And I'm seeing the clock just keep going up. If this was a 4-time workout, I've already gone over the time anyway. But my goal, and I would love it if somebody would like harass me if I'm not posting at least once a week. And actually, like Andrew Hiller did a thing where he was posting every day. I'm not sure I can really do that. I mean, the content quality is for a daily post, because after I do this, it's going to still take me some time to edit this. Even just doing chops, I've got to make a thumbnail, I've got to make a title. Yeah, I'm doing it backwards. Oh my God. Keep hearing the stuff. Oh, come up with your title first, and then the thumbnail, and then you do the video. And I'm like, Although, again, following the Pluralsight formula, I was told, for every minute of content, you're looking at about an hour of work, which is a bit different, considering what you're doing there. And they're counting like your initial research, developing out your class, developing your slides, developing your demos, and then editing. So, when I do a video, every time you do you're going in there in Camtasia and you're cutting those out. They don't want that type of stuff. See, right there, I'd have to cut that out. Which, when your face is on the screen and you do cuts, wouldn't work. But anyway, I could do vlog stuff. I could do this. Hell, I should not drink. I'm an absolute lightweight. I really don't drink very often or very much. Anyway, and I'm also tired. Where was I going with this? Boom, boom, boom. Posting every day. I could do this type of thing where I just turn on, show up and throw up. But I don't think that that's going to build the channel the way I want it to. Who knows? So anyway, once again, I'll wish you a good evening, and we'll see what happens. If you don't see a video next week, which this is the week of, what is it? This week started off June 17th. So 7 days, June 24th. If you don't see another video, harass me. Probably ought to do one of those things where, if you don't follow through on your thing, you have to donate money to a cause that you don't like. We'll think about it. Anyway, again, have a good evening. Talk to y'all later.